have an announcement. Excuse me, urgent announcement.
Attention singer. The an urgent customer is leaving.
We've got Rashid from Puerto Lanka, or what are we calling it? We're calling it Lanka Rico. Lanka Rico is better. And we've got Aravind here from Sri Kochi. And we've got Ceejay from Colombo. I'm going to read Rashmi Thalagala, who's done these remarkable, her illustration is almost not good enough for it. It's not really a comic book, it's an art book, which she worked on for 5 years. And I would consider her an amateur in the best sense of the word, in the sense she's doing it for love. It's not like because she's a trained graphic artist, it's because she poured her heart into this over years. So this is what Rashmi wanted to share with all of you. Thank you so much, everyone who's come out today to support the launch of Serendipity. I tip my hat to Quincy, who has woven a tremendously complex history into a thoughtful reflection, a story and a truth about our beautiful home, our island on an island, spiraling through space. Making progress on these illustrations was often very challenging for a variety of reasons, but I'm so glad that I got a chance to work on this amazing manuscript. Thank you, Quincy, for your creative directions and liberties you generously shared with me. My biggest learning through this process is best articulated by Eckhart Tolle. There is power in accepting the present moment as though you had chosen it yourself. And of course, that detail is not just detail, it is in fact the whole design. So thank you so much for showing up today. I hope you enjoy Serendipity and that it finds you in life and finds you often. Ayubowan. From Rashi.
I really don't know what to say because the first time I met Quincy is just now. And as I told you, we met for the first time in public. But for the last few months, we've been talking over the phone about this beautiful book, Serendipity. Something interesting is, though it's a comic, he refers to some very serious work. Inscriptions, books, then various analogies by colonial writers. And I think it's a serious work which deserves a lot of accolade in this day and age where people try to use history as a tool of, for political gain and for some sort of personal gain. So this book, all in all, the comic, is something which many people should read, and I think the target audience is for anybody in Sri Lanka, out of Sri Lanka, who can read, or if they are not having the ability to read, at least to enjoy the beautiful drawings of Rashmi and appreciate what Sri Lanka is all about. And something interesting I saw in the book is how you connect the ethnic riots in the country. This country which has gone through many and still go through a lot of turmoil because of racism, with religious issues, with caste issues, and you beautifully bring it and show no, that Sri Lanka is not that sort of a country.
We're passing a time that we're being expected to measure things without really analyzing how ethical it is to measure these things, and we are being forced to monetize things and sell things, and we are being told this is the only option that we have. And I think the current situation that we are in as a country should not only be looked at as something that happened out of context. So there's a history to this, which is what I think Quincy is
What we did was, we looked at this whole thing and said, we are in the mess we are in because of the larger private property. You use the concept of private property to give a plant to a farmer and contract with the farmer for the oxygen that the leaves of his trees produce. And the farmer gets the whole new swag of income possible. Lift the farmer from poverty and we create a new economy. I'd like to leave you with 3 words that's going to be the mantra of the future: an oxygen economy.
Let's not forget that the massive debt crisis is still a burgeoning burden. Because every day that passes, we are falling more and more to debt. In other words, the future looks very bleak. And if we follow the prescriptions that are on the table today for putting this country back, it will only mean more loans, more misery for our people, and a very dark future. At least for another 30 years. It's in this context that's interesting that your book has come out with. Because, in your exciting Rediscovery, we find rich stories of our very rich heritage, of our people, our culture, our wonderful engineering feat, the advanced agriculture that we had. But more than that, as Kanya, you have said in your foreword, our true national heritage is not linguistic or religious or cultural, but environmental. And this book is all about the concern that we have for our environment, our resources. And that is what's being sold today at bargain and sale prices to the lowest bidder or the one who has the best connection. So let's see how we can go back into our future, not for nostalgia, because we are not interested in sentimental longing or a wistful affection. But can we go back, draw some inspiration for what we were? Surely we are better than this. And can we draw inspiration and see whether we can create at least a more worthy future for ourselves and for the country? And this, I'd like to take a quote from W. Auden. He says, "Look, stranger, on this island now." And I think it relates to us. We have become strangers in our own country because we're so indifferent to what's going on. And we think that the next election is going to put us out of misery. How foolish is that? So I think Auden is actually talking to all of us. Look, stranger, on this island now. And if this book means only one thing, and that it inspires us to do whatever we can, in whatever iniquity that we find in this country, whether it be the environment, healthcare, farming, disabled children, education, whatever, can you be a part of at least solving one of these problems? And only then will we have a chance to stand up to Thomas Merton's impression of our country when he said, "This is Asia in all its purity." I think we can. We are capable. Or in on a more grander scale, we can live up to Marco Polo, the way he saw us, the finest island of its size in all the world. I think we can. But let's not be nostalgic. Let's try and do something.